Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back. My name is Daniela. I'm so happy that you're here and happy almost February. I don't know about you, but I feel like January has been approximately 300 years long and I am ready to move on. Here are the vibes that I'm bringing to February. I physically will have to be here. I'm not going anywhere in February, but mentally, I would like to not be here. I'm thinking we need as much escapism as possible in the next few weeks just to get us through the rest of winter. So I'm hoping to read a lot of really fun romances. I really want to dive into some other worlds and get into some more fantasy books, maybe a spooky little mystery, anything that makes me feel like I'm not sitting in the depths of winter and doesn't remind me that I haven't seen the sun in weeks. As always, our handy little jar is going to be helping us choose the books that I read in February. So let's just dive right into the first prompt. Oh, your most recently hauled book. Okay, so the other day when I was on a walk, I was walking my dad's dog in his neighborhood. I walked by a little free library and they had Hello Beautiful by Ann Napolitano. Hello Beautiful is a Little Women retelling, but it's from the perspective of Laurie. So Laurie is in college and then he meets, I guess, the equivalent of Joe's character and meets the whole family, and it kind of goes from there. It sounds really sweet and really beautiful. I did want to read Little Women first before reading this one, but maybe that means I'll just have to pick up Little Women this month as well so I can read both of them. Little Women does feel like a wintry book, so maybe that will work. I am really, really excited for this one. I've heard nothing but incredible things. Prompt number 2 is a library book. Oh, that's so fun. Every month on my cart, I always keep a small selection of books that I have out from the library so that I can include them in my monthly TBRs as well. Right now, I currently have A Curious Beginning, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, and The X-Vows. I really want to read both The X-Vows and The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love this month. They feel like the most February-ish books to me. This one is like a straight romance book, and then this one is, I think it's also a romance, but I think they work together. It's like a workplace romance. I don't know. I think I'm leaning more The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love because it just feels like so fun. This book was also on my 25 books that I want to read in 2025. I think I'm gonna go with The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love because I've been seeing more and more about it recently, and it's just been like living in my brain. I've been kind of hyper fixated on it recently and I've really been wanting to read it. The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love is about Beth and Devin, and they are rival ornithologists. I believe the book starts and Beth is on the brink of this like great new discovery, and then Devin kind of swoops in and takes it away from her and gets all of the attention and all of the praise for the discovery that Beth has made. And so Beth immediately is like, I hate this man. He is my enemy now. He is the worst. And Devin kind of doesn't realize it, I don't think. And he meets Beth and he's like, she's so beautiful, oh my goodness, but we work together, so I have to keep my distance. Like, I can't be interested in her. And so they have this little like workplace rivalry going on, and then there is a competition announced for Birder of the Year, and in order to win it, they have to work together and they get kind of pushed together into this situation. And so they are searching for endangered birds, but finding love along the way. It sounds very silly and fun. I've heard it's quite funny and endearing, and I'm really, really excited for this one. Prompt number 3. Free pick. Okay, sorry about that. My camera decided to die right in the middle of that. So I think, oh yeah, of course it died right as I chose the best prompt ever, free pick. So here's what I'm thinking. I really, really want to read A Curious Beginning, The Unmaking of June Farrow, and Crooked Kingdom. I think those are the top on my TBR. These are, let's just narrow it down. These are the top 2, I think. I've been wanting to read this book for a really, really long time, and I finally got it recently, so I'm really excited for it. But I just read Six of Crows and it was 5 stars and I'm obsessed with it. I loved it so much. So I really want to dive right into Crooked Kingdom before I forget too much about Six of Crows. Like I just want to finish it off, finish the duology, figure out what happens to these characters because it ends on like a pretty big cliffhanger, Six of Crows. And I really want to read both of these, but I think this is more likely to come up in another prompt. This one I'm just dying to read. I'm just so intrigued to see how our little gang is gonna figure out this next mission. So I think book number 3 is gonna be Crooked Kingdom. Prompt number 4, a little guy. No, a sequel or next in a series. The only sequel or next in a series I have is Crooked Kingdom and I literally just picked it. I don't think I have anything else. Okay, I'm gonna choose a new prompt, I guess. Oh, this is a good one. A book with a movie or TV adaptation. Okay, so we've got a few options. I can do The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I can do Lessons in Chemistry. Oh, I guess this was a next in a series. Oh well. Lessons in Chemistry. I think The Nightingale is a movie. Ready Player One. Oh, there's so many good ones to choose from. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Lessons in Chemistry. The reason I'm choosing this one over the others is because I actually started this one on audio back in December and it was getting kind of sad, and so I put it down temporarily because I wasn't really in the mood for it. But the reason I started reading it in December is because my dad watched the TV show and he really loved it, and he was telling me that I should watch it, but I obviously can't watch it before I read it. So he has bugged me every single week. He's like, have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? And now I think I finally will. So this one's for you, Dad. I think this will be really fun. I love when a book has an adaptation, and I've heard really good things about both the book and the show. So this one is gonna be book number 4. Okay, prompt number 5. A romance book. Oh, how fun. I feel like this moved. Let me fix. Romance book options. The X-Files, Flying Solo, Dear Mr. Knightley, The Siren of Sussex, Not Like the Movies, A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem, Something Borrowed, and The Simple Wild. I don't think Dear Mr. Knightley is a romance. I think that's literary fiction, actually. Okay, the ones that I'm immediately drawn to are Not Like the Movies, The X-Files, and Something Borrowed. Something Borrowed is, like, I think it's from 2005 or something. Like, it's a very old 2004. It's like a very old early 2000s rom-com or like romance book, and I feel like that sounds so fun and like nostalgic. I feel like it's gonna be such a cool nostalgic vibe, so I'm definitely intrigued by this one. Then Not Like the Movies is by Carrie Winfrey. This book is about a girl who works, I think, in a coffee shop and has a crush on her boss. But I love Carrie Winfrey's writing. She's really great at doing like a true rom-com with like no spice or anything. They're always just like fun and funny and romantic and sweet. And then of course The X-Files. I don't know anything about this book, but I know that people have been raving about it and loving it, and so I really want to read it. The thing is, like, it's February, so ultimately I just want to read a bunch of romances. I think maybe I'm gonna go with The X-Files. It just feels like the most like of the moment romance. I feel like if I don't read it now, then I'm not really gonna feel like reading it down the road. So I want to give this one a chance and see what it's about. I know people really love it, so I am excited. A mystery book. Okay, cool. Okay, so I have, of the mystery books, I've got A Curious Beginning. I've got, I'm gonna count thrillers, I guess, as mysteries as well. Riley Sager, The Only One Left. I've got Who is Maud Dixon, His and Hers, Arsenic and Adobo, and then there were none. I actually just filmed a video going through my entire TBR. I think it comes out after this one, but I was talking about how I always forget I have this book because it's so teeny tiny. So I think this is the month that I'm gonna remember I have this book. I feel like this is like pure escapism. I feel like I'm just gonna dive right into this one and get totally lost in this whole mystery world. Oh, this is another book that has an adaptation. I didn't realize. But I've been really wanting to watch the show as well, and I just got a free trial of BritBox, which is I think where the show is. I don't know anything about it except for And Then There Were None, I guess. But I know this is like a really, really famous mystery. I've never read an Agatha Christie book before, so this will be my first one. And I think I'm really gonna love it. I feel like the vibes are perfect for February and like gloomy post-Valentine's reading. Okay, I think this is the last prompt. I feel like there's so many books still that I want to read on the TBR that I like have no idea what I want the prompt to be, because there's so many that I could use that I want to read. Okay, out of your comfort zone. That's not really what I was expecting, but we've definitely got a few. Out of my comfort zone for sure, I feel like Eragon, because it's about dragons, and I've never read fantasy about dragons before. Ready Player One, because I feel like sci-fi is really difficult to get into and I'm really terrified of this book and the world building and stuff. Dance of Thieves, again, I'm so terrified of the world building. I feel like it's going to be a really challenging fantasy book to get into, so I'm definitely avoiding that one. And then the last one that's really outside of my comfort zone probably would be Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because this is like a cozy fantasy. I've never read a cozy fantasy in my life, and I have no idea. That's kind of creepy. And I have no idea how I'm gonna feel about it. I am tempted to choose this one because it feels like the safest pick of all the books out of my comfort zone, and also a library book because I don't have it for very long. And I know there's like a new book coming out in the series pretty soon. So should I do that or should I do Ready Player One? I've had Ready Player One on many TBRs before and I've never picked it up. Okay, I think I'm gonna choose Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I feel like it's the kind of otherworldly vibe that I want to go into. I am really nervous because I feel like it's kind of slow and quiet and that doesn't always work for me, but I am really intrigued by it. Sorry to everyone who's yelling at me to read Ready Player One. I promise I'll read it soon. But I've just been hearing so many good things about this book, and I know everyone's really hyped for the third book, so I really want to give this one a shot. I think I'm gonna go with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Here is the final TBR. For your most recently hauled book, we have Hello Beautiful. Then for a library book, we have The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. Then for a free pick, I chose Crooked Kingdom. Then for a TV or movie adaptation, I'm choosing Lessons in Chemistry. For a romance, I chose The X-Files. For a mystery, I'm choosing And Then There Were None. And lastly, for a book out of your comfort zone, I am choosing Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is maybe my favorite TBR that I've ever made. It's such a good array of romance and fantasy and fun, like kind of semi outside my comfort zone books, but books I think I'm really gonna love. It's exactly channeling what I want February to be, and I think I have a shot of actually reading all of these books, so I am very excited. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts are, or if there's any other books that I need to prioritize on the TBR, and let me know what you're planning to read in February. I would love to chat about it. Thank you so much for being here. I love ya, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!